Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Friday edition of the Morning Motivator. How's everyone doing today? Hi, Catherine, Agnes, Barbara, Carl, my sweetheart, Dawn, Lynn. Great to see everybody today. Are you having the best day ever? Today is the best day of your life, remember. Every minute of every day is the best minute, the best second, the best time it can be. That's the way I look at it. I love life. Today's Friday. It's a little jumbled. It just seems whatever plans we've been making this week seem to go in a different direction. However, everything still turns out okay, which is kind of fun. Faithful Friday. I think it all has to do with having faith in what you're doing and having faith in where you are and knowing where you are. We're going to be talking about that today. We have been studying and discussing Ask and It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And this is a book that we feel should be a must-have on everyone's shelf, that everyone really should read the book, whether they, I know people who really have a challenge with the fact that Esther is channeling Abraham or with channels in general, and, they really kind of get wound up about that. And all I want to say is that it's not how this message is presented, no different than the Bible, really. It's not, really doesn't matter how the message is presented, it's that you read the message, that you get the message that works for you, that you understand, first and foremost, that what you think about really does come about in your life, and it is manifested in your life depending on how you feel about what you're thinking. But it is your thoughts that have brought you where you are today. It's your thoughts that will take you where you're going tomorrow. So it's important that we have faith, that we are faithful gardeners. Help us to be ever faithful gardeners of the Spirit, who know that without darkness, nothing comes to birth, and without light, nothing flowers. I think we need to really work on having faith in ourselves, work on having faith in what we're doing, work on having faith in who we are and what we can create. Who has faith that regardless of whether you've perfected it yet or not, do you have faith that you can be, have, or do anything you want? Do you have faith, even though you have not practiced it perfectedly? You haven't perfected it yet, because there is no such thing as perfection, and you get to come and do it again as many times as you want. You get to choose the life you live. How many of you have faith? You got to have the faith. Okay, we're on page 95, chapter 19. Only you can know how you feel about you. Before we get into this chapter, it's very short. It's only 1, 2, 3 pages. It won't take us long to read through it. I think it may take us a while to discuss it, because only you can know how you feel about you. How in touch are you with your feelings on a minute-by-minute basis? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I'm really in touch with my feelings. I know where I am at any minute of the day. I'm at a 10. I know my feelings. I can just check in right now and go, oh, we got to knock that up a notch. I never say we got to bring it down a notch, ever. I'm always looking to knock it up a notch. So where are you on that scale of 1 to 10? Being that you're in touch with your feelings, meaning you recognize at any moment exactly where you are. Most of you are probably not at a 10 yet, I would expect. Lynn's at an 8. Love your honesty there, Lynn. Sometimes you just, it's hard to recognize, isn't it? Sometimes it's hard to recognize that, that you're thinking things that are really not serving you, that you don't even recognize that you're having a conversation or looking at something or thinking about something that's making your body feel terrible. You're not quite in touch with that and going, I can bump that up a little. So what I'm going to suggest today is a way to think about this is to always be looking to feel better. I don't know that you have to recognize so much how you feel at any given moment. It's important at some degree to understand that when you don't feel good, you're manifesting things in your life that don't feel good. And if you want to manifest things that are amazing, you need to start feeling amazing about everything you're experiencing right now. Only you can know how you feel about you. Let's read this chapter. When you expect something, it is on its way. When you believe something, it is on the way. When you fear something, it's on the way. Your attitude or mood is always pointing toward what is coming, but you're never stuck with your current point of attraction. Just because you've picked up these thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, and moods along your physical trail does not mean that you have to continue attracting in response to them. You have creative control of your own experience, and by paying attention to your own emotional guidance system, you can change your point of attraction. By paying attention to your emotional guidance system, by paying attention and recognizing, hey, I could feel better. I could be happier right now. I can think a different thought right now. If there are things in your experience that you no longer wish to experience, your belief must change. If there are things that are not in your experience that you want to bring into your experience, your belief must change. There is no condition so severe that you cannot reverse it by choosing different thoughts. However, choosing different thoughts requires focus and practice. If you continue to focus as you have been, to think as you have been, and to believe as you have been, then nothing in your experience will change. Do we kind of sort of get that? That if you want anything to change, if you want to attract more whatever in your life, or if you want to get rid of something in your life, then your belief must change. How do we change a belief? What is a belief? What is a belief? A belief is a thought you keep thinking over and over and over again. You just keep thinking that thought, and all of a sudden you believe it because you've been thinking it so long, you believe it. And so, to change our belief, we just think a different thought to practice, right? Life is always in motion, so you cannot be stuck. You know you feel it. Sometimes our physical friends will say, I'm stuck. I've been in this place for a very long time, and I can't get out of it. I'm stuck. And we always explain that it's not possible to stand still or be stuck because energy, and therefore life, is always in motion. Things are always changing. And we always explain that it's not possible to stand still or be stuck because energy, and therefore life, is always in motion. Things are always changing. But the reason it may feel to you as if you are stuck is because while you are continuing to think the same thoughts, things are changing. But they're changing to the same thing over and over again. If you want things to change to different things, you must think different thoughts. And that simply requires finding unfamiliar ways of approaching familiar subjects. Think about that for a minute. You need to find an unfamiliar way to approach a familiar subject. So if you're thinking a thought that doesn't feel good or isn't serving you, you simply need to start practicing different thoughts. I'm kind of getting that? Hey, Francis, Claudia, great you guys could make it. Others cannot understand your desires or feelings. People can have an appreciation. We can all have an appreciation of how someone else feels, but we can never know how someone else feels. Just as someone else can never know how we feel. That's very personal. Others are often eager to guide you. There are endless people with endless opinions, rules, requirements, and suggestions for how you should live your life. But none of them are able to take into consideration the only thing that matters in achieving your desires. Others cannot understand the vibrational content of your desires, and they cannot understand the vibrational content of where you are. So they are not in any way equipped to guide you. Even when they are the very best of intent, even when they have the very best of intentions and want your absolute well-being, they do not know. And even though many of them attempt to be unselfish, it is never possible for them to separate their desire for you from their own desire for themselves. You can flip that around also, right? Others have opinions, rules, requirements, and suggestions on how you should live your life, and you have them for others. Yes? We all have opinions, rules, requirements that we think other people should follow, and something to think about. No one else knows what's appropriate for you. When you remember that when anyone asks, it's always given, then can you not feel the perfection of an environment where each specific perspective gets to choose? Imagine that you will attend an Abraham-Hicks Art of Allowing workshop. You know when and where it will be, and you have made time in your schedule to attend. So with relative ease, you make all the decisions that are right for you. You look down the list of approximately 50 seminars that will be offered during the next year, and you pick a time and location that's most appealing to you. You notice that a seminar will be held in the city where you live, but the date conflicts with something else you'd planned to do, so you look for an alternative. You then find a date that matches the time you do have open. You look for a seminar within that time frame, and you find one in a city that you've always wanted to visit. So you call the Abraham-Hicks publications and purchase your seat for the seminar. Since you do not live in the seminar city, you realize that you'll need a room, accommodations, and some sort of transportation to the city. So taking into consideration your specific desires and needs, you make several plans. You decide to travel by air because of the time factor, and you choose a hotel a few blocks away from the seminar hotel because you are a member of their rewards program and you get a better rate by doing so. You also prefer the type of mattresses that particular hotel chain offers. Once you arrive at your seminar city, you rent a car from your favorite among the many rental car agencies there. And on your way to the hotel, you stop at a restaurant that perfectly satisfies your cravings and fits perfectly into your price range. You've taken very good care of yourself. In fact, you've arranged a perfectly wonderful time. But what if Abraham-Hicks Publications has decided that they, from their vast experience in offering seminars, were in a better position to make plans for you? So based on what they heard from the thousands who've attended their seminars, they decided that they will make your arrangements. They assume, based on your address, that you would prefer to attend the seminar in your hometown, so that's the one they sign you up for. But then you explain that you have a scheduling conflict, so they adjust their decision and send you a ticket for the seminar city you prefer. And in a like manner, as they make their decisions about what is the best airline for you to take, the car rental agency you rent from, the hotel bed you sleep in, and the food you eat, their choices would fall far short of pleasing you. You're much better equipped to make those decisions for yourself. When you remember that everyone who asks is given, then how wonderful and appropriate is it for you to make the choices for you? For the universe operates much more efficiently without a middleman interceding on your behalf. No one else knows what's appropriate for you, but you do. You always know in the moment what's best for you. Then says you can never walk in someone else's shoes because you never know where they have been. When even if you know where they've been, you can only have an appreciation for what they have experienced and how it would affect you. You have no idea how that affects someone else because we are all extremely unique beings, each and every one of us. Each one of us is extremely unique. On Tuesday, we have quite a long chapter we're going to be getting through. Chapter 20, trying to hinder another's freedom always costs you your freedom. I'm really enjoying this journey through this book. How about you guys? Are you starting to understand a little bit more that regardless of what others are doing, and regardless of your opinion of how others do what they do or what they do, that it's got really nothing to do with you? The only person that you have any control of is you. You can't control others' thoughts. You can certainly make suggestions like it says here. I mean, we always have best intentions, do we not? We always have others' best intentions in mind, and we may go about it selfishly, but at the end of the day, we can't change what others do. We can change the way we look at what others do. We can change how we think about it. We can change what we think. So instead of looking at someone and seeing all the things that are wrong, you can actively look at that person and find all the things that are right and focus on those. Will it change the things that are wrong? Who knows? Jim Rohn likes to tell a story about a lady who came to his seminars. I think it was Jim Rohn. It might have been Zig Ziglar, but I'm pretty sure it was Jim Rohn. If anybody can remember, let me know. She came to his seminars and wanted his help. She knew that he could help her. And she hated her job, and nothing about her job she liked. She didn't like anything about anybody, anything, nothing. She had nothing good to say about anything. And so he worked with her, and he had her do an exercise where she had to make a list of the things she did like about her job. Like she got paid and different things like that. Just the little things that she liked about her job, that what it afforded her to do, what it allowed her to do, and the different things she liked about whatever. She just had to make this list about things she liked. I can't remember. I'm not good at the details of the story. But at the end of the story, she no longer wanted to leave the company. She no longer wanted a different job. In fact, her comment to Jim Rohn was that everybody changed. It was amazing how everybody at work changed. Does anybody know that story? It was Zig Ziglar. Thank you, Margaret. I'm never sure. They're both such amazing men. Yes, no one else changed. She changed. She changed what she looked at. Carl says, so focusing on negatives and only positives, not focusing on negatives and only on positives, don't allow negatives in. Say it's my mind and I'm not into taking out a negative subscription. And, and that's right. It's practice too, Carl, because we're very used to thinking the negative. We're very used to having opinions of what others do and say, right? Francis, I love that. Please rethink a choice. I mean, we have to think about how we feel about the choice. How is it? It's not even about how is this choice going to affect others. How is it going to affect me? And I'm just going to ask you guys, anybody here have opinions about other people? Do you see other people, how they behave, how they raise their children, how they are with their grandchildren, how they are with each other, how they are as employees, how they are as business people, and do you have an opinion of them in any shape or form? Anyone? Just curious. We all do. And yes, Dawn, I agree. For both of us, it's a lot less than we used to. And I'm becoming more and more aware of it. That is the one thing I'm becoming aware of. Is that I have opinions of what other people are doing. Like, oh, look at the way they're doing that. Look at their diet. Look at how unhealthy they are. Look at how they made this. Look at how they made that. Look at how, like, really? How am I responding? What a wonderful life I have. And it's recognizing I'm having that thought, that I'm having that opinion about something that maybe isn't serving anyone. Okay, Carl, you keep your opinion to yourself, but I'm just going to touch on that. You still have an opinion. You may not voice it, but you still have an opinion. Am I right? So it's becoming aware that you have an opinion. Recognizing the opinion and changing it. Recognizing it in your own mind, in your own heart. I have an opinion about that. Look at the way I used to think. I don't think that way anymore. I no longer think that way. Isn't that cool? Each to their own. That's right, Francis. So we have the opinion and we'll think, that's pretty cool. That's where we have to get. We have to get to the point where we look at the opinion of other, or we look at our opinion and we think, that's pretty cool. That's a different way to do things. Because there's always a different way to do things. Our way isn't necessarily the right way or the only way by any stretch. Look at the world around us. I think most of us are over 20. Many of us have children. Many of us have grandchildren. And our children may or may not have turned out exactly the way we wanted for them. I'm very blessed. I feel I have amazing children who have overcome unsurmountable obstacles to become amazing children. And it's wonderful, and I feel blessed, and I look at other families and I see the lives that they had and how they were raised and how the children are, how they respond to each other, and it's interesting because it really, in some ways you can see the upbringing, in other ways it's just a person's personality. Claudia says, when they do the same things over and over, that is detrimental to them. I get very frustrated because that's all you keep focusing on, Claudia. You keep seeing the thing they keep doing over and over and over again. You keep seeing it. If you were to spend the next 10 days and all day, every day, all you thought about was amazing things about them, those things would go away. They keep telling you and you keep listening, right? And we can offer our opinions to others. We can let others know what we see and observe. And at the end of the day, we cannot take on a feeling from others. We cannot allow what others do to affect us. If we're in a situation where those others are living with us and we feel we have no choice but to put up with behaviors, it's not true. You always have a choice. You can always find a way to make the situation better. Always. There is a way to make the situation better. There always is. There's always a way to get out of a bad situation, and you have to start with you by getting, and it's hard if you're right in the throes of a situation that's not pleasing to you. It's difficult to get pleasing to you. But that's when it's even more important to get away for a moment, to bring yourself back into alignment before you approach any situation that you would like to be different. Does that make sense? And I think that's one of the most important lessons for all of us to learn, is that we're always going to, I don't want to use the word conflict, but we're always going to have conflict with others. We're always going to have a different opinion. We're always going to have a different point of view than others. We're human beings. We're all different. What's important is that we come about our point of view from a positive point of view, so that our point of view is okay to have, and so is theirs. We get so wrapped up in our point of view thinking that we're right that the others can't possibly be right. How can they think that way? How can they vote for that party? How can they even think that way? Did you hear what that person said? Do you hear what their beliefs are? Oh my goodness. What we need to do is take ourselves out of the situation, get ourselves into a good feeling place before we come and have a conversation about anything. And we need to be in a place where we allow others to have their opinions, that it's okay for someone to think that way. We don't need to think that way. We don't even need to associate with those people. Trust me. There was a time in my life when we had lots of people around us who just didn't think like us. They were very negative. They were, you know, it was a long time ago, it seems. And I remember saying to my brother one day, who I told him, I said, you need to be happy. You deserve to be happy. Everybody deserves happiness in their lives. And, you know, he was surrounded by all this negativeness. And I just looked at him and I said, look at us. There isn't much negative in our lives. And when negative things happen, we get into our cocoon and we surround ourselves with the love that we have. And when we have our family events, it's always bubbly and warm and inviting and a place that everyone wants to be. I can't remember the last time we had much in the way of negativeness. It's been there in bits and pieces. And what's been important through all of it is that you remember to take that step, to stop for that split second before you react in a negative way, before your body gets all tense, before you get into a heated discussion. It's okay to be in a heated discussion and to be passionate, but be passionate in a loving way. Be in love with your topic. Don't be in a state of disagreeing with the other side. It's a little hard concept to think about, isn't it? We're just about at the bottom of the hour. It is Friday. Does anyone have a special request for our meditation today? We have our 4 Abraham meditations and our 3 Lori Grangers. I'm open to anything today. I feel amazing. I'm actually leaving you guys after the call, going to get my hair done. That's always a good day because I always feel amazing after that because my hairdresser is amazing and she brings my hair back to life. Wow, look at that. 1 right after the other. 3. Well, I guess that's what we're doing. We're going to do Let Go with Lori Granger now. This meditation is a 15-minute guided meditation. All I'm going to ask you to do is to sit back, become relaxed as you get really comfortable in your seat, hands on your lap, feet flat on the floor, and simply listen to Lori's instructions, okay? Because she's going to take you through a guided meditation. She's going to ask you questions. She's going to have you let go of things. You're going to be putting things on balloons. Just let your imagination go. If you find that your thinking is off track, just bring it back. Whenever you hear her remind you, come back to the meditation, and we'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Enjoy.
Centering ourselves in our posture of stillness and adjusting our spine to be upright and dignified. Letting the eyelids slowly come down and entering the sweet darkness of our comfortable internal space. We will be allowing a number of belly breaths to help us drop into a deep meditative state where we can let go of what may be keeping us stuck in our lives. And so, with feet planted on the ground and the body stable and settled in silence, place your right hand on the belly and breathe in slowly, allowing the belly to inflate on the in-breath and deflate on the out-breath. Breathe so that the hand rises as the belly rises and falls as the breath leaves the body. Now, bring your awareness to your lips and allow this next exhalation to leave the body through the lips with a slow, gentle, measured blow. Coming all the way down to the bottom of the breath. And just try this a few times. Breathe in, belly expanding on the in-breath. Breathe out with a gentle, slow blow. Now bringing your full awareness to this out-breath, tuning into the exhalation fully, and hearing this gentle blow. And on this exhalation, allowing the shoulders to drop down now. Let go, let go. And hearing this next exhalation, dropping the jaw. Let go, let go. Moving to the neck now, and hearing the gentle blow. Let go, let go. Moving down to the chest, blow, let go, let go. And to the belly, let go, let go. And to the lower body, let go, let go. And now, exhaling out from the feet into the ground, imagining with this next exhalation that your feet are growing roots into the ground, into this very spot on the earth that you fully inhabit with your presence right here and now. Strong, deep roots forming into the soil, into the earth, and ground down through your core into this place, this moment, this space, feeling your solid essence. Breathing effortlessly now, with your feet rooted in the earth and your body relaxed yet solid under the vast blue sky, just being breathed by the breath. The breath is effortless. The breath is effortless. You are deeply rooted in this moment, breathing, being, centered, solid, strong, like a tree. And hearing each out-breath clearing the mind, clearing, clearing, breathing, hearing. Now, silently watching whatever arises in your mind. And as you notice a thought, an image, or memory arise in the vast space of your mind, name it. Worry planning, reminiscing, analyzing, wishing, a simple label, knowing and naming, and then allow this thought, image, or memory to just float like a helium balloon into the heavens and watch it rise up and away into the sky. On the backdrop of the clear sky mind, just wait and watch as events form in the mind. Name them and let them drift into the sky. And one by one, let go and watch them float away. Notice which of them you hold on to longer. The sticky, charged, or recurring thoughts, and work to let them go without a second thought. In this way, we are working with letting go of shoulds, should-haves, what-ifs, and how comes, returning to what is, clear mind, calm body, grounding our minds in awareness where we are the compassionate witness to all that arises, where we hold all the strings in our hands, all the strands, and we let them go one by one, returning again and again to the rooted ground of awareness in the mind and compassion in the heart. So now, spend this time just observing, naming, and letting go, allowing the sound of the breath to keep you anchored and stable in your body's relaxed, natural state. In a few moments, the bell will sound to end this practice of letting go, and let go into this next moment of your life.
Thank you, everyone. That was wonderful. Lynn says, as I've grown through the years, the only thing that's really important to me is the love I have for myself, and no one can change that thought without my consent. That's great saying. Yes, it was perfect. It always is perfect. Have you ever noticed that? Whatever meditation we do is always perfect. Is the slide up there on today's affirmation? Every experience is perfect for our growth process. I'm at peace with where I am. I think this is the biggest thing we have to remind ourselves, is to be at peace with where you are right now, wherever that is. Just be at peace with it, and recognize that from this moment forward, everything can change. That you can take everything in a new direction, that you can, breathe in that energy. How many of you are beginning to more and more feel the energy of our group when we're together? I can feel when everybody is in alignment, especially after our meditation. The energy becomes, it's hard to explain. I know if you feel it, you know what I'm talking about. You just feel an energy coursing through your body. I can feel my feet tingling, my hands tingling, and it's not my normal hands that are asleep tingling either. I can feel it. Yeah, I just feel the energy flowing through my body as we discuss this, as we become more in alignment, as we become more in agreement with what we're saying. Right? We're in agreement that we individually, I have the ability to change my life right now. Absolutely right now. I can go anywhere I want to go. I can take it in any direction I want it to go. And I'm the only one who knows where I want to go and who I want to go with. And I'm very happily surrounded with everybody that I want to go through life with. It's amazing. And I love the people that we are attracting to our lives. I love the people that we're meeting. I love where we're going. And I love adventure. Dawn and I are going to be taking a new adventure in over the next year, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about change, and excited and nervous at the same time, but it's an excited nervous, and it's the first time I've had time to think about doing something. It's all very interesting. It's a different, I'm having a different life experience, and I like it. Just by changing your thoughts, you can change everything at the moment, right now. You can take in a breath and go, and I would like us all to practice. We have some new guests here who may not be familiar with this amazing practice. And the practice is a breathing practice that you can do anywhere at any time. You simply need to remember to do it. And if you remember to do it, it will bring you up a level in your feeling. No matter how bad you're feeling, it will help you feel better. And from that point of view, you can change your thoughts. And then take another one. So here's what we do. We're going to take in a big breath. You're going to look at something that makes you smile. You can look at my bears. They always make you smile. My little ladybug. I've got lots of bears. They're all very happy bears. They love being here. I have more bears. I'm going to have to switch them up one of these days just to surprise you guys. Whatever it is that you can look at that makes you feel good, whatever it is you can think about that makes you smile. So you're going to breathe in, you're going to think about that thing and smile as you exhale. Okay, so basically breathe in, smile, exhale. Think about that. Breathe in, smile, exhale. That's all you're going to do. It is a good idea to think of something that makes you smile. Think of something that makes you happy, okay? So are we ready? On the count of 3, we're going to do the exercise. I want to know everyone's ready. You're going to breathe in, smile, and exhale. And I want to know how you feel. So check in with how you feel. Let me know you're ready. And on the count of 3, we're going to do this little exercise. And remember, this is one you can take with you anywhere, do anywhere, anytime. On the count of 3, you're going to take a big breath in. You're going to smile, that great big smile, and you're going to exhale nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Big breath in. Smile and exhale. I was already feeling good. Now I feel giddy. Can you feel it as you exhale? Let's do it again. On the count of 3, you're going to inhale, smile, and exhale. 1, 2, 3. Big breath in. Smile and exhale. You can do that anywhere. And it really doesn't matter where you are on that feeling emotion scale. You can be at the lowest depths of despair. And if you will take the moment and take that breath in and smile, even if you don't feel like smiling, but if you do it, you will feel better. And I know that at any moment of the day, you want to feel better always. Yes? Is that not our goal? So I had asked you guys yesterday, to those who were here yesterday, to be in the moment for those 24 hours, to really practice mindfulness, to practice that mindful waking, mindful eating, mindful cleaning, mindful walking, mindful showering, mindful waiting, mindful listening, mindful, being mindful of what's going on in your brain. How'd it go? Did you find it interesting how often you were not being mindful? And I mean, I got to question you guys. This is the question I'm throwing out there to the universe, because when we're not deliberately thinking, who's thinking our thoughts? When you're not deliberately thinking, who's thinking your thoughts? Who is it that's thinking those thoughts? I'd really like to meet that person. I'd like to have a conversation with that person. Think about it. If you aren't deliberately thinking, who's thinking your thoughts? And how hard is it to deliberately think? It's like anything else, a habit that can be created. A habit that can be created. How many of you would love to create the habit of conscious thinking, of mindfulness? How many of you would really like to adapt mindfulness, the concept of conscious thinking, thinking on purpose all the time? So I'm going to challenge you again. Now I'm going to challenge you for a little bit longer, because we're not going to get together until Tuesday. And I am going to be looking forward. I'm going to talk to Claudia, and I'm going to talk to Steve, and I'm going to see if you guys want to share off on Mondays, and we can start maybe having our morning motivator on Mondays again, only with a guest host. Ooh, I really like that idea. I like the idea that all of you who've been coming here for a long time can come and share your experiences, and we can hear your voice on this concept, because we're all here. We're all thinking these thoughts. We're all buying into this concept of ask and it is given, of the law of attraction. Yes? Everybody here is of the same mind. You understand that the thoughts you think create the world you're in. The one you're living, because the one you're living is different than the one I'm living. The one I'm living is different than the one Dawn's living. We're co-creating together. We create some pretty amazing magic. We really do. And all of us create magic together. I know all of us have grown. I selfishly do. Morning Motivator. It's almost 4 years in January. It will be 4 years in January we started Morning Motivator. It's a long time. I think it's pretty amazing. I'm looking forward to growing and developing this group. I'm looking forward to inspiring and motivating more people to adopt these thoughts and ideas, because I know how it's changed my life. I know how I feel. I certainly enjoy feeling good. I really don't like not feeling good. And I understand that the only way for me to feel good is for me to think different thoughts. And as I think different thoughts and I feel differently, I start creating different things. It's not magic. It's something you can prove. We've proven it with our experiments. And we know it's just a matter of practice. Understanding and practicing, understanding a bit more and practicing, and every day I have more aha moments, and I have more moments of clarity. And even in my clarity, I understand that I still have a lot of practice to do. It's hard, it's a challenge to get rid of all those habits of whoever it is that's thinking those thoughts when we're not consciously thinking. I'm going to challenge you guys to see if you can get in touch with that person who keeps thinking those thoughts when you're not consciously thinking. Experience life. Today's affirmation: every experience is perfect for our growth process. I'm at peace with where I am. Say it out loud, write it down. Every experience is perfect for our growth process. I'm at peace with where I am. Breathe that in. For those that really want to take things further, number one, get the book Ask and It Is Given. Number two, wherever you are in your journey, wherever you are in the growth process, I am going to encourage you to visit toolstolife.com. Sign up as a free member. It is absolutely free. There is no cost for Tools to Life. It is a 90-day program. It usually takes quite a bit more than 90 days to complete. It is on a clock, so as you begin, you can only go to the next day when you've completed the day you're on, and you can't go to the next day for, I believe it's 14 hours. So they give you time to do the exercises on each day. It's in a calendar format. There's videos to watch, there's articles to read, and there's exercises to do. In the beginning, it's very simple and seems very childish, and I have to tell you, it will change your life. Right, Claudia? It will change your life. It will give you the tools you need for the rest of your life, and once you remember them, they're there with you for the rest of your life. And I am forever grateful for my lifetime coach, Devlin Steele, for putting this program together, for coaching and mentoring me back in 2001. It's a program that I believe everyone can benefit from regardless of where you are in your own journey. So take a visit, toolstolife.com. It's free, absolutely free. Look me up. Janet Legere is my username there. You'll find me, and make a friend. I haven't been there for quite a while. I think that it's time that we all started visiting there. I do have a group there for Morning Motivator. I'd love to see us get active there. There are, I believe, over 70,000 members in Tools to Life, so if not more, I haven't looked for a long time. And I would love to really affect more lives. I want to affect more lives. I know how it feels. I know how it feels to go from there to here. I know how it feels to not feel good, and to understand that I get to feel good. I get to decide how I feel and what I experience and what I want. Isn't that cool? And I'm very blessed because I get to share all that with my wonderful life partner, best friend, Dawn. I'm doubly blessed. Life is exciting. So let's make it more exciting. So we're going to look forward. Next week we'll be here at our regular Tuesday to Friday. Where are we on the calendar? Anyway, what is the date today? It's the 21st. All right, we have basically one more week in August. Going into September, and I'm not sure when, because it would have to be, I think, after the long weekend in September. We may look at bringing the Monday call back. So we've got a few weeks for Claudia and Steve to prepare, and for anybody else who wants to partake in that, let me know. Because Claudia and Steve have some experience with Morning Motivator. Okay, no problem, because it's like, that's what's going to be the beauty of this, Claudia. There's many of us who can, man the helm, and that's going to make this really, really fun as we get to share a little bit of ourselves with each other and hear a different point of view. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you all are too. Yes? So before we go, it's almost the top of the hour. I'm going to encourage you all to let's do our breathing exercise one more time so that it becomes a little more familiar for you. So on the count of 3, we're going to take a big breath in. You're going to smile the biggest smile you can possibly even think about grinning at this moment, and then you're going to exhale. And we're going to do it twice, okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Big breath in. Smile and exhale. Feel all giggly and take in another big breath. And smile. And a very happy birthday to you, Francis. Many blessings to you on the 27th. That is next Thursday. Hopefully you'll be here. We can have a birthday celebration. You guys have yourselves an amazing weekend. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. You know where to find me if you need me before then. And you know where to find the things you need to help you get through your day. So I'm limited on my videos here. What will we listen to? Well, you know what? We're having a very rainy day here in Calgary. A beautiful rain. It's absolutely, there's no wind. It's beautiful. And I get to spend the day with my 3 granddaughters, so I'm really excited about that. I haven't seen them for a couple of weeks, so it'll be fun to hang out with them and see what's new. They're winding down to the end of summer. Tomorrow there's a great big wedding out at their house, at their acreage, so that's going to be a lot of fun too. So it's going to be a great weekend. Looking forward to it. The sun's supposed to shine tomorrow for the wedding, so let's all put some sunshine vibes out there for Calgary. We need some good weather for the wedding tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you for being the sunshine in my life. We'll see you on Tuesday. Be well.